Good morning, everybody. This is once again James Farron bringing you another Facebook Live session, this time in partnership with TCL Global. Let me share their information, their Facebook page in the link with you. So TCL Global, this Facebook Live session is brought to you in partnership with them. This session is going to be slightly shorter than previous ones because we had some slight technical difficulties at the start. But please feel free to answer as many questions as you wish throughout. I'm going to go through the key points of the university once again, and then please, as I do, any questions that you may have, pop them in the comments box, and either myself or TCL Global will answer your questions. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, the University of Hertfordshire is the second safest university town in the east of England. Now, that's pretty critical for a number of reasons. It's going to be the first time that a lot of you guys have, been away from home, and it's probably almost definitely the first time that you've lived in a foreign country. So if you're living in a foreign country, you want to make sure that where you're living is a safe place to be. And the University of Hertfordshire is a very safe campus set across two beautiful green campuses. And so all you need to do is worry about your study because your safety is completely sorted. The University of Hertfordshire is one of the world's top 150 universities under 50 years old. So Hertfordshire got university status in 1992. So even though we're young, we're a very good place to come and study. So that's another thing that you've got to bear in mind, is how well ranked internationally the university is as well. 73% of our employed graduates earn over £20,000 in 6 months of graduating. Now, that's a really important thing to bear in mind, because your return on investment is critical. You know, if you're investing £13,000-14,000 in tuition fees, you're spending £6,000-7,000 on living costs. You want to make sure that you're going to get something back from that. You know, so you've invested 20,000 in yourself, in your academics, in your professional life. 6 months later, you'll earn that money back, and everything else is profit. That's all yours. So that's what you have to bear in mind. It's a great chance to get that education, to get that skill, to uplift you to the kind of education that kind of jobs that you want in the future. Now, the university is just 25 minutes away from central London on the train. Now, that's fantastic for a number of reasons. Okay, so you're set in a beautiful green English town in Hatfield, but you still have the same access to London just 25 minutes away. Also, as well, the cost of living in Hatfield is significantly cheaper than it is in London. London, you're looking at £700, £800, £900 a month for rent. You know, it's a lot of money. In Hatfield, the average rent's about £400-500, so you're almost saving half in just your living costs alone. So that's a really important thing to remember, that your money will go a bit further studying with us, but still having the same access to London. Now, London is the UK is a rather London-centric country. If you look at the tier 2 sponsoring bodies, okay, so the companies that will sponsor students to stay in the UK and work for them for 5 years, those companies, of the 13,000 listed by UKVI, over 9,000 of them are actually based in London. So it shows you how weighted the British economy is towards London. So in terms of opportunities, in terms of jobs, you know, the big international companies that you guys are going to want to work for, they're in London, and you're 25 minutes away. And as well, London's still the most visited city in the world today. It's got everything there. Whatever your passion is, if you're into football, it's got Wembley, it's got the Emirates. The Emirates is just about 19 minutes away from the university, and Vicarage Road as well is even closer. Also, as well, it's got Lord's and the Oval. But not just sport, you know, in terms of the arts, it's got the West End. So if you're into your music, it's got a number of galleries and museums throughout the city. So whatever your artistic interests may be, and also as well, it's full of every single food under the sun: cafes, restaurants, pubs, clubs. It's a wonderful place to be a tourist. Okay. Now, 96% of our graduates are in work or further studies in 6 months of graduating. So not only are you going to be earning some, £20,000 and paying off your the cost of your education quickly, also that 96% is how quickly you're going to be converted. And there's always going to be a lot of anxiety around, oh, I'm coming to the university, I'm spending all this money getting a degree, and I want to get, make sure that I want to get a job. 96% employment rate. So that's quite a big assurance to know that investing in yourself, putting that money into your education, putting that money into your professional life, you'll be going on to great things. 78% of our graduates employed at professional or managerial jobs in 6 months. So that's an important differentiation to make. Not just you will get a job after university. You will get a job after university with Hertfordshire at professional or managerial level. So you're going in, and the companies that you're electing to study in, you're going in at a higher level. So you're really enhancing your overall employability, and you're not just doing a menial minimum wage job. You're doing jobs with better salaries, with more responsibilities, and more upward progression in terms of your career as well. The University of Hertfordshire is a TEF Gold rated university. It's a teaching excellence framework. Okay, so as a student, you are, really your tuition fees for your teaching. That's what you're paying for. So you are paying for the gold standard of teaching. Now, the TEF Gold, that's given out by the British government. That's not just given to anybody. That's given to the universities who've reflected their teaching standard is of that level. And Hertfordshire, that's the kind of service you'll be receiving. Now, we've got 9 different schools of study at the university as well. So whatever your interest may be, academically, we will be able to meet that for you. So we have the School of Engineering, Technology and Computer Science, Hertfordshire Law School, Hertfordshire Business School, School of Humanities, School of Physics, Astronomy and Mathematics, School of Life and Medical Sciences, School of Creative Arts, School of Education, School of Health and Social Work. So whatever your interest, you want to be a lawyer, you want to be a history teacher, you want to be a businessman or a businesswoman, you want to be a computer scientist, computer analyst, you want to be an engineer, you want to work for a automotive company, you'll be able to do all of those kind of degrees at our university. Everything is very much filled there. Now, in terms of links to the industry, you have to bear in mind that when a employer is looking at your degree, what they're looking for is who's accredited your degree, because that really gives strength to your overall degree and really indicates what it's worth. If it doesn't have any accreditations, really it's just a piece of paper at that point. It needs to be accredited because it gives it genuine strength as a qualification. Now, just a flavour. All of our engineering courses are triple lock accredited. Okay, so that's 3 accreditations. That's why our engineering school is so fantastic, because the kind of degrees that you'll be get with us, you can go on to work for some of the most prestigious engineering companies in the world. Also, as well, our computer science courses are accredited by the British Computer Society as well. Our healthcare courses are accredited by the Nursing and Midwifery Council. Our business courses, Hertfordshire Business School, is double accredited by the ACCA and AMBA, which is the accreditation, which is the association rather of MBAs. And yeah, so there's some of the key ones that you have to bear in mind. And our psychology courses are accredited by the British Psychological Society. So really important to see who accredits your particular course, because that's what gives it really weight and real meaning in the job market as well. Now, thank you, James, for all this fantastic information about the university and what I can do there. How do I apply? Well, you apply via our online application system here. Let me just send that to you. You can apply via our online application system here, or through the partner, this partner agency that we're working with today, Oh, sorry. There you go. Sorry, computer stalled a little bit there. Technical difficulties are continuing. Or TCL Global Bangladesh, there, so you can do the online application there. So you make your application, you submit your, you will receive a 5-digit ID number. Okay, so that's so please remember that your 5-digit ID number. You will then be asked to meet the conditions of your offer. You will receive a conditional offer. You need to make that conditional offer unconditional. Now you do that by submitting any outstanding documents. So that might be transcripts, that might be English language tests, that might be references, that might be a personal statement as well. Once you've submitted that, your conditional offer then becomes an unconditional offer, okay? And then you'll receive an 8-digit ID number with which you can make your deposit payment to secure a place at the university. Once you've done that, you can book your accommodation. So if you want to stay on campus, you can book it with us. And then you'll receive your CAS. You can apply with that. You would apply for your Tier 4 visa. Then once you've received your visa, you can book your flight to the UK and attend orientation week and enrollment. Now, I'm sorry, I should have said this right at the start. The start date for the University of Hertfordshire has now been pushed back to the 26th of October 2020. Okay, so it was the 26th of September. It's now the 26th of October. We pushed the start date back by a month just to give everyone that little bit extra time to get ready. Because we want to be ready to welcome you to the university, and we want to make sure that you guys are ready to fly and come study with us. And just giving that extra little bit of time gives everyone a bit of space to breathe. I think that's quite important. Okay. Now, on our particular campus, if you never wanted to leave it, you wouldn't have to. All of your needs are met, okay? It has everything. It's like its own little city, okay? There's doctor surgery and a pharmacy, a high street bank, hairdressers, careers employment centre, on-campus multi-faith spaces, 24/7 libraries, one on each campus, one on the De Havilland, one on the College Lane campus, a 2,500 capacity entertainment venue, and 2 restaurants and multiple cafes. It's got everything that you could possibly need, okay? And it's also got a fantastic sports centre as well. So whatever, if you're a swimmer, if you're a rock climber, if you're a squash player, if you're a tennis player, if you're a cricket player, if you're a football player, it's got what you need there as well. But not just our facilities on campus, but also our facilities within the departments, our academic facilities. We have a hospital and pharmacy simulation centre on campus. So it gives students who are doing healthcare related degrees to actually get experience using healthcare equipment like heart monitors and defibrillators, things like that. And you'll be using them on very much lifelike dummies. So if you're practicing injections, you can practice on a dummy before you do it on a real person. We also have a film production studio on campus as well, which is a really fantastic facility to use if you're a budding filmmaker. We also have car and flight simulators as well. So if you're an engineer, the car simulator is an incredible piece of equipment. You can enter what kind of car that you want to drive. So let's say you want to drive a Mustang. You can enter that. You can then enter what kind of track you want to drive on. Okay, and then you can actually drive it, simulate that, and feel every bump and turn, gear shift and brake, and it very much reflects that particular experience. So that's a fantastic facility. We're one of the UK's only replica Crown Courts as well. So if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a solicitor, if you want to be a judge one day, it's a great thing to experience as well. And that's for all of our law school graduates. Pardon me, sorry. Also, as I mentioned, we have a state-of-the-art sports facility, university observatory, modern engineering facilities, a recording studio. So you've got an album that you want to make, you can mix it, you can record it, you can produce it, all at the University of Hertfordshire, and environmental science field stations as well. Now, a number of our degrees, both at undergraduate level and postgraduate level, we offer a chance to do a year's work experience. We've kind of entered a stage in life now where having a degree is very important, but having that work experience, that international work experience, it really sets you apart in the job market. Students will, employers will look at you and say, all right, this person's got some actual work experience in an international company doing a fantastic project. Now that really puts you ahead in that particular way as well. So just to give you a flavour, some of the companies that so the university is a business-facing university, and we work with over 300 different companies. But let me just give you a flavour of some of the best ones that we work with. IBM, Universal Studios, Cisco, Dell, Intel, Jaguar, Lloyds Bank, Warner Brothers, PwC, Ted Baker. So really, it's something for everyone. You've got a real different mix of companies that you work for. Guys, and just to finally highlight as well, in terms of scholarships, we offer scholarships at £1,000, £2,000 and £4,000. There are Chancellor scholarships, so that's a student with the best grades and best academics. But I will tell you one thing. In terms of when you're asking for a scholarship, we assess all applications based on the fact that we assume that you you would like a scholarship. Okay, so when you make your application, in order to enhance the possibility of getting a full scholarship and getting a good amount of £1,000, £2,000, £4,000, okay, it's how you write your personal statement, right? So your personal statement must include 4 things. Why do you want to study that particular course? Looking at the course, the modules that are on offer, the teachers that are studying it, the accreditations, the projects that you want to work on, what do you want to do your dissertation on, what kind of facilities does that particular department have? They're the things that you want to focus on there. Okay, so the course itself, why you've chosen that particular course. Secondly, why come to the UK? Okay, so there you can mention the UK's history with international students. You can also mention the UK's prestigious institutions with 800 years. Oxford and Cambridge have been established, so that that's the true history of higher education there. Thirdly, number 3, why you want to come to the University of Hertfordshire. Okay, so I've mentioned several reasons: 96.5% employment rate, 25 minutes away from London, TEF Gold rated universities, work placements, okay, 9 different schools of study, fantastic facilities. So they're the kind of things that you want to focus on there. And finally, fourthly, probably the most important one, how the course you have chosen is going to help you get to where you want to go in your career. So if you're doing let's say you're doing cybersecurity, okay, when you've done your cybersecurity masters, what kind of job do you want, and what kind of company? Do you want to be an analyst, a security analyst at Microsoft, for example? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? It's a real indication of how that's going to advance your career and your long-term aspirations as well. All right, guys, so that's enough from me. What I'm going to go do now is have a little look through all the questions that have been asked and try to give you some good answers. So the first question is from Prakash Setri. What are chances likely to go to face the teaching for September intake 2020? So Prakash, the start date has now been pushed back to the 26th of October 2020, and I think the big thing that you have to bear in mind is that there is still 6 months before that particular date. So a lot can happen in 6 months. They might, COVID. The British government thinks that the COVID is going to pass by June or July. There's also a chance of a possibility of a cure being found in that time. So ultimately, we're still working with that particular start date. That's based on the advice that we've received from the government. So we do hope to be open by then. So the odds are quite high because there's still so much time to play for. Imran Khan, my CGPA 2.56 from CSC department against undergraduate. Am I able to join postgraduate course on a computer related subject? All right, Imran, let me show you some information. So it looks like you've got about 60% there, Imran, which is a good degree, if it's out of 4, that is. just share you this information here. You might find this helpful. For admission to MSc Computer Science related courses, the normal requirement is a good honours degree or equivalent in computer science or a cognitive discipline. The choice of award title student may be accepted will be determined by the award applied for the prior learning of the student as demonstrated by the transcripts for existing qualifications. You will also need an IELTS of 6. Let me share that information with you now, buddy. There you go. So I've just pasted that in. Have a little look there. Have a look through our website. But if you got 60% in your undergraduate, you certainly will be able to apply for the university, and we're delighted to welcome. All right, next question. Shirish Khanna, is it easy for internationals to get part-time jobs in Hatfield, or practically possible to travel London for jobs? Because we international students need to do part-time jobs. Yes, so I live in London and I travel to work every day. It takes about 25 minutes on the train. It's really not far. It's really not long at all. A number of students that I've worked with and I've met have had part-time jobs in Hatfield, have had part-times at the university itself. I think you have to bear in mind that the university also has part-time jobs that's offer. I'll tell you what I can do for you, Shirash. I can give you some more information about part-time jobs that you may find useful. The on-campus opportunities, the opportunities in and around Hatfield and in London. Let me send you this so you can read that at your own leisure. But yes, a number of students, you're right, Josh, a number of students do tend to do part-time work because you guys get 20 hours per week on your tier 4 visa. It's also a good way to meet new people and do things like that as well. Praveen Anand, guys, if you go going there, don't miss a kebab shop in Hatfield. All right, Praveen, that's a great tip. I didn't even know that was a great kebab shop. I'm going to be going there myself next time I get the chance. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate the input. Favor Alankampukin, is there a fully funded scholarship program to study at the university, sir? I'm an engineering student with a strong CGPA of, oh, you got over 70%. That's fantastic. So financing myself is a hindrance. Unfortunately, we don't offer full scholarship at the university. We offer up to £4,000. However, if you made an application, we'd be able to look at giving you some substantial scholarship because, as you rightly say, you've got a very good CGPA there. Absolutely, it's very good indeed. I can give you some further advice about types of fully funded scholarships. Now, this is a link to the Chevening website. I actually used to work here. And this is the Foreign Commonwealth Office's scholarship programs, which will be fully funded. So they would pay for your tuition fees. They would also pay for your living costs, and they would also pay allowances for you to travel to the UK and pay for your flights and all those kind of things like that. It's a really fantastic scheme. It's a wonderful opportunity to be a part of a fantastic network as well. So have a look there if you're interested in a fully funded scholarship. However, I do think with the kind of grades that you do have, we could look at giving you a good amount of scholarship. So if you do want to apply, please do, and we can let you know. Next question, guys. Shafiq Islam, I completed my master's from Rashid University Political Science, Bangladesh, 2005-2006 session. I'm doing a teaching job in a school. Now I want to do a master's degree in your university. Is it possible, sir? Shafiq, I think there's quite a big study gap there, but it's one of those things where if you make an application to us and we can assess and we can sort of have a look at your situation and the kind of grades you've got and what your justification for coming to a master's with us is, we can sort of look at your case. So please make an application and we can review it and give you feedback later. Wuda Zamenayan. By the way, guys, if I'm butchering your names, I'm very sorry. If I paid 50% of tuition fees, will I need to pay the first instalment? Is it November or December? What I can do for you there I can give you a breakdown of how to make payments. So this is how international students, the payment plan for international students. Let me send you this across. There you go, pal. So have a little look there. As you'll be able to see, you need to pay £5,000 to secure your place with your deposit. You will then need to pay 25% of your tuition fees by the 5th of October, 50% of your tuition fees by the 18th of January 2021, and then 100% of your tuition fees by the 19th of April. All right, next question, guys. Reba George, is there any chance that they'll postpone the September intake to January intake? Reba, we actually we're postponing the start date of September to the 26th of October 2020. So if you still want to come for the autumn term, please make an application. Please come, because we're only pushing the start date back by a month. But yes, we will be having a boosted January intake for January 2021 if you wish to come for the January semester B intake instead. So you've got some options there. What I recommend doing is making an application to the university, and you've got that in the bank. Once you've got your application, you can see how things pan out with whatever your plans are. And if you wish to come, you can. If you wish to defer your place, you can. And so it just gives you that option, Next question, guys. Oh, is there no more questions for me? Okay. Well, just if there's any further questions, please do pop them in the text, and we'll highlight those for you. But please bear in mind that the university will still be open for the 26th of October 2020, and we'll very much looking forward to having you all come and study with us once this is over. I think the projections are looking slightly more positive now in terms of what the travel ban's being lifted, and I think we're kind of we're sort of at the peak and going past it now. And as I said before, we are still 6 months away from the start date, so there's still so much time to play for. So if you are worried about that, please don't be. Please make an application and please come on. Oh, Reba George, I got the offer letter for MA Creative Writing in September. Sorry, Reba, you've just lost your comment. Oh, there it is. I got the offer letter for MA Creative Writing in September intake. Since the course is not in January intake, I want to know if any course postponed it to January 2021. We're still working with the school to work out exactly all the courses that we can then move to January. But what we are trying to do is make sure that we give students the opportunity to come for January if they've actually kind of got off with us. So please bear with us for the moment. And more will be with you shortly. If you're not able to come for that, you can also postpone your course until the following year as well. But do bear in mind, Reba, 26th of October 2020 will be the next intake, and we're really hoping that you come and join us then. Injaman Khan, is there any scholarships available? Yes, buddy, there is. I mentioned that earlier in the video, but I can share that information with you again now. Sorry, bear with me. So the Vice Chancellor's Scholarship offers scholarships at £1,000, £2,000, £4,000. It's available to all applicants who pay overseas fees to the university. The university will consider your application for scholarships, looking at your interest in your chosen course, motivation for studying, as well as your future career aspirations after graduation. There's no additional scholarship application required to be considered. Now let me just send that to you here, buddy. Oh, sorry, no, wrong person. Sorry, guys, I seem to be having multiple technical difficulties today. Please bear with me. There you go, pal. Right. Next question. Favour, is there a medium through which you can continue to stay in touch with you if we have any queries to make? Yes, you can always email international@hearts.ac.uk. You can always email asia@hearts.ac.uk. Also, as well, there's also social media contacts that we have as well. Let me share that with you. Helpful information. You can always get in contact with us through those particular websites there, and there's also phone numbers to the international office there as well. Next question, Suresh Khanna. Sir, would you maintain the benefits of studying nearby London universities like Hertfordshire over studying inside London? Well, I think the big thing that you have to bear in mind is cost. I live in London myself, and I'm telling you right now, it's not cheap. And if you're a student, money is tight anyway. I remember when I was a student, yeah, I was scraping by. I wasn't in London either. I think that is the big plus. And the thing is, if you are at Hertfordshire, you will have all the access to London that you require. A train ticket is about £9, gets you in there 25 minutes. You can do whatever you want to do in London. You have all that same access, but it's just that it's the cost. And I think for international students, international students and domestic students, it makes a massive difference. You just can have a little bit of money. You can save a little bit of money when you're studying. I know it helped me when I was a student, so I think that's the big reason to study Hertfordshire, because you get everything that London offers, but you just don't have to have the price tag. And when you're having to pay £900 a month just to have a roof over your head, it can be difficult when you're a student. So I think that's the major plus. Ikram Al Haq. So gym fee range start. So yeah, that's a good question. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that. £13,000 for undergraduate courses, £13,500 for postgraduate courses, computer science courses, £14,500 for computer science courses. Injam Khan, thank you, dear. I have more queries. There's option available for credit transfer. Yes, there is, Injam. We do look at credit transfers as well for certain courses. However, you need to make an application to the university first. You need to select which course that you want to do, and you need to provide your transcripts, and then we can make a decision based on that. We can review what you have, and then we can let you know. We will need our admissions team to look at your particular case in order to make a decision on that. Okay, guys. Well, I guess we'll call it here. Thank you very much for coming to the session. I'd also want to thank TCL Global for hosting this today. I'm just going to post their Facebook page and link one more time, so you can always get in touch with them if you have any further questions you'd like to work with them. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for your questions. One last reminder, 26th of October 2020, that's when we'll be starting. That's when we'll be going ahead. And, you know, we very much look forward to welcoming you to the university. So 6 months away, I think things are going to get better, and we look very much forward to welcoming them. All right, guys, everybody take care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye-bye.